Hey guys, how's it going? It's either Wendy Chavez coming at you today with a Veve Omi update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that thanks button down below. Moving on. So we do have a pretty good day today. Omi was up about 0.7%, which does come off the back of us having $586,000 in trading volume. It was a lot higher than we're usually having. It was having like, what, under $400,000 most of last week. But today was pretty different. Today was a pretty good day for the markets. Markets in general, the Dow, the Nasdaq, S&P 500 were all up over 2% today. And I think that is what helped rally Bitcoin over at the end of the day. Bitcoin was down well under 19,000, was down to like 18.3 a couple of times. And despite being down really low, Omi was actually holding really steady. Like I said, up 0.7 on the day. Bitcoin did rally towards the end, I think with the help of the markets, having about, I think up about 1% today. We did outperform Ethereum though. Ethereum was down about 0.2% today. So we did outperform that. Good times. Moving on. But speaking of the markets, taking a look at Disney, we're up over 3% today. If we take a look at Disney in general, down about 40-something% over the course of the year since the year start. Disney started about 157 at the beginning of the year and now is about just under 97, but again, are up 3% on the day. Here's why I bring Disney up, and I know I've gone over this before. I will attempt to show you at some point in here what Disney actually did. You can go on Disney Plus and you can look at Bob Chapek over at D23 had said that Disney wanted to go and use Disney Plus for their AR metaverse. And you take a look at Remembering, and I will try to show a little clip at some point in this video. It shows a really awesome, here's the screen, and then you put your phone up to it, and it's AR off the screen. Here's a waterfall, here's like a butterfly, here's whatever. It's really cool. So why I bring them up is because I think that I've been wrong about what Disney might do with Veve. Now, obviously that insinuates that they actually have control over, I mean, they might have some influence and whatever, but for the most part, Veve is its own entity. Obviously it's owned by Akomi and that's owned by Orbis, yada yada, but there is a way, or there is many reasons why I think Disney now would buy Veve. Even if they go and they say, actually, use all my own arguments against me. Disney wouldn't, because the app is still not ready. It needs a search bar. Veve doesn't have as many active users as it did in the bull market. Okay, well, take a look at Disney stock. Take a look at the way where that is since the beginning of the year. Down like 40-something%. Which again, obviously, nobody really cares at the end of the day. Disney is an absolute behemoth. It's an absolute powerhouse, and it is something that will stand the test of time forever. It already has. So here's what I'm thinking as far as viewership and usage. If we have, let's say, about 5,000 active users every day, and we go and we say that buy something, and we have 12,000 active users every day that open the app but maybe don't buy something. If we take a look over at what Disney has, they have about well over 100 million subscribers to Disney Plus. Even if Disney doesn't buy Veve, because again, in order to buy Veve, they'd have to spend a couple $1 billion. But what if instead they just bought a piece of Veve? What if instead Disney, with their 100 million subscribers over on Disney Plus, said that, hey, Disney, we're going to buy a portion of Veve. We're going to buy into it by 5%, 10%, 1%, even 1%, whatever it is. They spend $100 million, a couple $100 million, $50 million, however much percent that you want them to buy. They go and they do that. And then they say, hey, everyone on Disney Plus, you're going to get a free promo code. This promo code allows you to get a free digital collectible. It could be from that thing, Remembering, where it's the landscape. Where that landscape, that quick 9-minute clip with Brie Larson, they could go and say, you could take this anywhere with you. You don't, in the Disney metaverse, you have to be looking at that screen for it to show in AR. What if Disney said, guys, here is your free digital collectible of this scene. Take it anywhere with you. All you need to do is download the Veve app. And then you can use that in AR wherever. You don't have a screen, you just have your phone. Okay, great. You can still view that. If they go and do that, and even at 1% is still 1 million people. Okay, so that's obviously a lot. Let's say 0.1%, 100,000 people. Jesus. let's say 0.01% of all of Disney Plus subscribers do that. Let's say that's a little over 10,000 people that go and download that app. Download the Veve app and use that, and they start buying things. You just doubled your daily active users. Like you just doubled it. And that's if 0.01%, where most likely 1% is probably going to do that because people love something for nothing. They love freedom. They love free things. And why I think this is really, really important is because if you have something that they give out for free, again, why does Walmart go and take a loss on certain things in their store? Because it's hopes that you will buy that thing, but shop around and buy other things that put them into the black, that put them into that profit margin. So if you go and you deliver something for free, and then let's say like, yeah, if you have Disney Plus, you're gonna once a quarter or once a year get these beautiful landscapes for free. Then they go on and say, oh, they have these awesome stuff that isn't just Disney things. Or maybe they give like a discount saying like, yeah, you get a, one, or let's say Disney waives their fees. They say instead of a 6% fee, you're only going to get a 3 or 2% fee if you have a Disney Plus thing. They're still making money. Disney is because of that resale thing. But then they're also, they're incentivizing people to do that. And it doesn't even matter, even if they waived all their fees, because Disney at that point would have owned a certain percent of the company, then they could go and say, oh, okay, it doesn't matter if you buy DC. It doesn't matter if you buy this. If Veve makes money, Disney makes money, not even caring about if it's their IP or not. So not only do they only give a small amount to get a percentage of the company, but then they could say, oh, yeah, we just added, getting 1% to it, 1 million people to this. Suddenly, Veve's valuation goes from a couple $1 billion to $10 billion. And then guess what? And then suddenly they say, any of the CEOs, like Bob Chapek, let's say he does it. And he says, yeah, we paid, $100 million to have, a certain amount of percentage of Veve. And now that thing that was worth $1 billion, or let's say $2 billion, is worth $10 billion. Yeah, we paid $100 million and now it's worth $500 million. Look at me. I'm so great because he 5x'd his investment just based off of that, off of doing something that they don't even have to do anything for. They just say, here's a promo code, here's the landscape. Veve can do everything for them. That's it. And then, Veve's not going to complain. They're not going to care because they're just going to shoot to the moon. Now, also what I think, and again, it doesn't have to be Disney. It could be any app with 50,000 active users. It could be any app with 10,000, 100,000 that say like, hey, let us buy a piece of you, Veve. And Veve has all the power. I'm pretty sure that Veve has gotten these offers from every company. Why? Because it makes sense. Any Tom, Richard, and Harry with a couple $1 million, or an app that has a couple thousand, 10, 20, 100,000 active daily users could be like, hey, I know you're worth this much. And in order to buy, let's say 1% of your company, I need to give you, like $20 million, $50 million, whatever it is. But I'm going to give you $30 million more than what's necessary. Why? Because I want your business that much. Veve can go and do that. They could pit one company against each other. How did I do that with high risk lending? I would be like, hey, this bank is giving us this term, this rate, this many months, and this bank, you can have their business. You just got to beat that deal. Disney can do that all day. Veve can do that all day with Disney. They do it with Microsoft. They can do it with all the big boys. Sony, anyone that's ever been interested in buying them or buying a piece of them, they can pit them all against each other. Get them in a room. And here's, what did that, they do in The Blind Side? The little brother is like, hey, what can you do for me? Can I walk out on the field with the team? Can I do the coin toss? Can I do this? I guarantee you that David and Dan know this. They have to. I guarantee you they've had offers. I guarantee you that people have approached them about this, and they can go and do that. They might do a cap raise where they only give away 1% or 2% of their company, but get money for what should be like 4 or 5% because of this deal. And Veve goes and says like, yeah, our daily active users just quadrupled. So that to me, and they could do that once. Give away 1 or 2% to a random company, doesn't matter. It could be Fire Emblem, it could be Nintendo, Pokemon, and then they could say, oh, well, actually, we're worth this now. So if you want 1%, yeah, what 1%? Let's say $20 million, $50 million for 1%. Yeah, now you actually have to pay $100 million for 1%. It'd be because they grew so much. So, Veve, if you're listening, I really think this is a start of a really good idea. Everyone else, comment down below your thoughts. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I love you guys. Goodbye.